Hello my beautiful Glam fam, and welcome to today's video. We're testing out the brand new Chanel Les Beige Healthy Glow Sun Kiss powder. This gorgeous limited edition powder is so incredibly pretty to look at. You get a blush, a bronzer, and a highlighter in one. This is perfect for traveling, and it's so pretty to look at. If you're new here, I'm Kristi. I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, let's get started.
Booty bounce on the dance floor.
Alright Glam fam, let's jump right into it. I am so excited to review this product. I always want to buy these limited edition Chanel palettes. I wish I could buy every launch that comes out from Chanel because I love Chanel so much. But I can't afford to do that. So I have to really kind of weigh out, am I gonna use this? Is this something that I think will do well on my channel? And I do think this will do well because I think a lot of people like these type of limited edition Chanel items. And I really try to be choosy because I have so much other makeup to buy to review for you guys that I have to be picky. If you're my age, I'm 46 and I have mature skin, by the way. If you're new to my channel, I'll put my details right there. If you're my generation, you know Charlotte Tilbury, all of these other brands, Natasha Denona, they didn't exist. I mean, we only had a limited amount of choices to make, especially in your 20s and late teens, I guess 19. I guess when did I start wearing foundation? Probably around 18. And when I really started getting into powdered foundation, when I got into the MBA, but we didn't wear liquid foundation. We strictly wore powder, and it was either MAC, Chanel, or Laura Mercier for me. That's all I wore. But the Chanel base was my holy grail. So when I find good little products like this, where I'm like, ooh, that stands out at me, I really want this, then I'll pick it up. And I walked by Nordstrom's and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have that. That is so incredibly beautiful. So this does come in 5 shades, I wanna say, on the Chanel website. I'll show you guys right there. But I went with shade 2, which was medium coral. This stood out the most to me when I saw them in store. I was like, yeah, I gotta have that one. I just love those coral blushes. Anything with peach and pink undertones is just my kind of blush. It does have a very strong perfume smell, so just keep that in mind. You guys know, if you're a Glam Fam sister, I do not like fragrances in my products. I only make an exception for Chanel because, I mean, it's Chanel. And I'm kind of used to their fragrances because I've always worn Chanel Chance. It's been my perfume for the last, oh my gosh, I'm 46. I started wearing Chanel Chance, I think when I was 19. So you do the math. My math ain't mathin' right now. So you do the math. I've been wearing it for many decades. And let me tell you guys, it's my favorite perfume ever. And I keep trying to derail. I actually recently bought, because I ran out of my Chance, I bought Jo Malone finally. And I did the Wood, Sage, and Sea Salt, I think. I didn't care for it. I tried all of them in store, and that was the one that kind of stuck out to me the most, but it just wore away so fast. I'm like, I can't stomach, I mean, I'm paying a lot for Chanel Chance perfume, but I can't stomach paying that much for a cologne, because Jo Malone is a cologne, and it not last all day. I don't know, for me, I know maybe some people it last all day, but it didn't really last on me that well. But yes, anyway, getting back to the fragrance, there is a very strong fragrance in here. So if you do not like fragrance in your products, you are not gonna like this palette, and it's $95 US. You get about 15 grams of product and 0.53 ounces. I don't have my glasses on, so I hope I said that right. So you're paying about $6.33 per gram. This is a huge component. It will take you forever to get through this. If you're buying a Chanel product like this, you're already a fan and you're already used to probably investing that kind of money. Do I think these companies are getting a little out of control? I do. 100% honest with you guys. $95 is a lot of money. I mean, I probably just won't eat, and I will have to go on a diet for a week because I had to buy this myself. And I'm like, oh my God, I just spent $95 on a blush, bronzer, and highlighter. And when you think about it, I guess when you break it down, I'm gonna just do a justified moment right now. I'm buying a highlighter, a blush, and a bronzer. So I'm just gonna try to keep that into perspective, even though it's a very small amount. So let's go over quickly the details and the ingredients. This compact is described as a trio of energizing shades that can be worn individually or blended. Each color harmony consists of a warm bronzer for a sun-kissed effect, a vibrant blush that brightens the complexion, and a pearlescent highlighter for that dazzling incandescence. This fine, silky powder is light to touch and blends for a seamlessly natural sheer finish. The powders in this compact are infused with jasmine oil to keep your skin feeling hydrated. But let's take a look at the full ingredient list. You have synthetic formaldehyde as the first ingredient, and that's synthetic mica, just in case some of you don't know what that is. You do see boron nitrate, you see cornstarch, and then you guys could take a look at the rest of the ingredients right there. Obviously, you have a lot of flower extracts, which are bringing out the scents in this product. You have tocopherol, which is vitamin E, and then you guys can take a look at the rest of the list. But there is no coconut oil that I can see on the packaging or even on the ingredient list listed on the Chanel website. So let's test out this powder. I'll show you guys up close what it looks like, and I will show you the swatches. Let's start off with that beautiful blush. Oh, that medium coral is so beautiful. I just absolutely love the pigment on that as well. You're getting a lot of pigment. And then that bronzer is a very beautiful golden undertone. It's not too red, it's not too orange. It really is a beautiful undertone. If you are a light skin girly like me, it really goes well with our complexion. And then you see the highlighter. The highlighter you can barely see on my finger, let alone on the swatch. It is a very, very just sheen. It's not really gonna give you that pop like a Rare Beauty highlighter will. So it is a very mature skin highlighter, let's just say that. For more people that are not into that, really, I want that bam bam in your face type highlighter. All right, we're gonna start off with the bronzer first, and this is a perfect brush to use. I've been using it off camera because I've been testing this out. And this is the Surratt, and I wanna say it's like their contour brush. It's like their angled cheek brush. I really love this brush. I'll show you guys some up close shots of it. This is one of my favorite brushes of all time. This fits into my cheek perfectly, especially if you have small cheeks like I do. Like I have a pretty prominent cheekbone, but it's small right here. It's sometimes too much. Like some of these brushes, even I love my Chikuhodo one, and this is the one I typically use for bronzer, but that's too big to fit in there. Sometimes it can get a little too all over the place, which is why I love this Surratt one. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. And it's Japanese natural fibers. That's what I like about it. And it fits into this palette perfectly. So we're gonna take that without getting the blush and highlighter in that mix. That's what it looks like on the brush. All right, you don't really have to tap out. It's not powdery, it's not getting all over the place. And this is quite pigmented. I do have cream contour on, so sorry you guys that I was testing on a different video. So I have that on, but that's all I have on. It's so pretty. It's typically what I would do anyway. So let's see. Yeah, you can see that pigment. So you definitely smell the perfume smell once you put it on, but then it just fades away. Luckily, I haven't gotten any bumps or anything. I've worn this a few times. I wanted to test it out to see if I had any allergy reactions to it. Like the Valentino one, I get bumps. So this one, I didn't experience any of that yet. So, I should say. Hopefully I don't. So pretty though, oh my god. It is a really beautiful, it has a lot of red undertones, which are perfect for the summertime, because red undertones, especially on my skin tone and darker skin tones, are going to make it look more sun-kissed, right? Not too orange could be bad, if I can speak. So pretty, right? Oh my gosh, that is such a beautiful color. That is like the perfect bronzer tone. I really love the way this Surratt distributes it. I used my Chikuhodo round one the other day, and I don't know, it just didn't give it the justice that this brush does. I mean, you guys see how flawless? I mean, the powder is incredible in itself, but it is, applicators do make a difference. and the way this applied it with the Japanese natural hair fibers, it was like, looks like an airbrush effect, like you have a filter on your face. It's ridiculous. This brush is insanely good, and you can always use my code Kristi15, take 15% off all the time with Surratt, so keep that in mind. I'm going to use my other Surratt cheek brush. I love this for blushes, you guys know that, and I'm going to take that, it's perfect small amount or small head to put into this palette. We're going to dip that in there. I'll show you guys what that looks like. So yeah, it's very perfumed. I just want you guys to keep that in mind. All right, here we go. I don't have any blush on, so pretty. That is like the most beautiful glow. Oh God. I used to have this Chanel blush that I used for years, the same one. I never got rid of it because it was just my go-to. I wish I remember the name of it. I threw it out a while ago because it got really bad, but it was just my holy grail blush. And I just never liked any other blush but the Chanel blush and the Laura Mercier one back in the days. Those were, I didn't even like MAC as much. I loved my Chanel one. And I wore that for all of my pro NBA games. Like, we'd have makeup artists come in and do our makeup, and they'd bring their own, whether it was like TG or MAC or something else. And I would be like, no, I gotta use my Chanel. Gotta use my Chanel. Oh, you guys. Get some on the nose for that little sun-kissed glow. It smells so good. If you like fragrances, you'll really like this smell. It smells intoxicatingly good. It reminds me of my iconic London smell. My my setting spray reminds me of that. It just smells so good. Just taking that bronzer brush and kind of blending the two together. Do we see that? I mean, it's all relative, but I think it's worth $95. I pay it just because it's Chanel and it's so beautiful. Now the highlighter, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little lackluster for me, for my taste, but I like Rare Beauty highlighters, so just keep that in mind. So I don't know how much I'll use this highlighter powder, to be honest with you guys, but we're gonna try to get, this is a Hakuhodo J5547. All right, let's try to get in here. This has a little bit more density than my Wayne Goss airbrush. Oh, that is pretty though. It is pretty. Again, it's a mature girl highlighter. It's for my ladies that are like, yeah, Kristi, I don't really like a lot of highlighter. I'm just giving you a nice natural glow. I like the Tom Ford highlighters better for that, in my personal opinion, but it's not bad. I had a Rare Beauty highlighter on the tip of my nose already because I knew I was going to do this, and I knew this really wasn't going to show up on my nose. I would probably need a lighter highlighter for it to pop a little bit more because I went with the medium. It's not popping as much, right? I need a lighter one for my skin tone. This will still pop on a light medium, like somebody darker than me or tan skin. That's really going to pop. This is going to be a beautiful palette for you because all of it will pop. Where this one was a little dark. I wish this highlighter was just a tad bit lighter, but it's still pretty. I'm gonna go back in with the medium coral blush. We're just gonna go over that. I always like to do this to blend in. Surratt powder brush, and I'm just gonna kind of go over everything and blend. This palette is so incredibly beautiful, you guys. Oh my gosh, I am obsessed. I love that this makes me feel like I have that summer vacation glow. The way it looks on my skin and my mature skin, it gave me like that pop of color in such a mature way, I should put it that way, but so much pigment. I mean, truly so much pigment. You can build it up. You could have stopped way before I did. I just wanted to see how much I can build it up because I wore a little bit more natural the other day, just for outdoors and daylight, and it really is so pretty. In my studio lights, I mean, I have to kind of pack it on, but in outdoors, you don't have to pack that much on. So just please keep that in mind. But really, it is such a beautiful palette. Am I telling you to run out and spend $95? No. But if this was something that you guys were interested in buying, obviously, if you're on this and you're new to my channel, you're probably on this because you do want to buy it and you are willing to spend the $95. For my Glamfam sisters that join me every week and are like, Kristi, that's way too expensive, I totally get it. I bought this, I'm justify it because I was like, I need to do this for a video. This is research. I mean, again, so I just don't buy groceries for a week. I mean, who needs to eat when you have Chanel, right? Oh my goodness, priorities. But it really is, for me, it's worth it just because I really love the quality of it. So let's go over my rate card. If you're new here, I do a rate card at the end of every video when I'm reviewing a brand new product. And I look at application. I want to make sure that everything goes on smoothly. I also look at the finish and wear. I want to make sure that it wears nicely. And then I look at shade range because I want to make sure there's a nice shade range for everyone. And then I look at packaging. Is the packaging workable? And then I look at the overall, am I going to repurchase this product? And then I come up with my total glam score, which I'm shooting for 25 out of 25. Each category is worth 5. So let's take a look at application. Application was incredible. Again, I want to see if I can use this with any tool. Is this easy to apply? Does it go on smooth? Those are all the things I look for. And this product just really knocked it out of the ballpark. Each one, the bronzer, the blush, and the highlighter all performed well. Do I wish the highlighter had a little bit more impact? Yes, but that's okay. It's not for everyone, and I'm not gonna dock it for that because I don't think it's meant to be a rare beauty type highlighter. So I'm gonna give application a solid 5 out of 5 because I think it applied beautifully. As far as the finish and wear, I'm looking again, is it going to be blotchy? Is it gonna be cakey? Am I gonna have issues? Is it gonna go over other products well? And most importantly, is it going to wear all day? Then I come up with those percentages right there, and I try to do it during post editing to really give myself some time to really think about the product. But all in all, I mean, it really is a very smooth look on the skin. It's very mature skin friendly. I really love that. This product delivered just that perfect amount of pigment to make it easy to blend out, but it lasts. I really love that. The quality is impeccable with Chanel. I mean, a lot of their products can't go wrong. They're so incredibly iconic and good for a reason. It's made in Italy. It does have an 18-month shelf life, but all in all, the finish and wear, and I did wear this all day the other day and it lasted. That pigment is very strong, but very easy to blend out at the same time, which I really, really like. So I'm gonna give finish and wear a solid 5 out of 5. As far as shade range goes, oh my gosh, you guys, 5 shades for Chanel is pretty darn good. Now you have to go onto the Chanel website to access those 5 shades. I did not see it currently when I'm filming this video at Saks and Nordstrom's for the 5 shades. And at my local Nordstrom's, there was only 3 shades to choose from. So just keep that in mind. I do have an affiliate link with Chanel, so I would greatly appreciate it if you decide to purchase it on Chanel.com to utilize that. And I will have all the links below of all the locations of where this product is. And again, if you don't see it at your local online, check your local retailer because they did have it at my Nordstrom's where I purchased this one. And I love this shade. Medium coral was perfect. I was really tossed between getting this one and the lightest one, but that one looked more in store, more medium, cooler undertones. And I typically like my bronzers and blushes a little bit more on the warm side, that just are neutral. It just matches my complexion a little bit better for that sun-kissed glow. And I really, really loved this color story and this palette. Again, I wish that highlighter was just a little bit lighter. I'm not gonna lie, and a little bit more oomph, but all in all, the shade range was absolutely stunning, and I give this a solid 5 out of 5. As far as the packaging goes, oh my gosh, it's just that typical Chanel, elegant, classy, just mucho perfection. It really is so beautiful. I love every detail of the way it's impressed into the compact. It's really beautiful. It's big, but it's not too massive. I mean, I have this video coming out. I don't know which one I'm gonna do first. I think I'm gonna do the Chanel one first, but I have the new Armani bronzers. These are pretty massive too. These are a little bit heavier. This is a little bit lighter, just so you guys know, but really beautiful. I love Chanel packaging so, so much. And I love when something is really good on the inside. Like I don't want the packaging just to be beautiful and the product not to be great. I want both of them to be good. So if it's gonna have pretty packaging, you better be able to deliver at the same time. That's how I feel. But as far as packaging, I'm gonna give it a solid 5 out of 5. I think we know where we're going with this. As far as repurchasing, everything I look for in this type of limited edition type product, I felt like they delivered it to me. I felt like I got a really good quality, again, a really good packaging, a decent shelf life with 18 months. I like that it's made in Italy personally. And again, I just like the way it wore over time, and I like that it delivered pigment, and that was important to me. So repurchasing is a solid 5 out of 5. So we're looking at a total glam score of 25 out of 25. There's not a lot I could compare this to as far as other brands and stuff like that I personally own. So this isn't something, this is not for everyone, right? Not a lot of people like things put together all in one palette. It makes it a little bit more challenging. You have to be a little bit more strategic with your brushes because you don't want to get too much, combined. Although one thing I can say about this type of palette is that even if you combined these two, 3 of them, it would still be pretty. Even if you took your brush and swirled it, you would get a nice, like, kind of soft glow effect to it. So it's not necessarily that bad. It's not like you've got purple, green, and blue and you don't want to mix the 3 of them together, right? That's how I justify it. But really, this is such a beautiful limited edition packaging, and I'm obsessed with it, you guys. It really is so pretty. Let me know your thoughts. Did you guys pick this up? Is this something that you're like, Kristi, no way, Jose, am I going to spend $95 on something? Absolutely tell me in the comments, because I love hearing that. I mean, not everyone can afford to do that. Trust me. I mean, it's more important for you guys to put food on the table and feed your kids. I don't have kids, but again, I'm gonna justify this because I'm doing a video on it. And there are people out there that like to still purchase luxury products. So I want to make sure to get a good review out for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you are new here, before you go, please remember to hit that subscribe button and click the post notification bell. Join our beautiful glam fam. We're here every week, and we just love for you to become part of our family. And if you did like this video, please give it a huge thumbs up when you guys hit the like button and comment below. It really does help push my videos up through the algorithm. I do upload shorts Monday through Wednesday around noonish, and I'd love for you to join me weekly. I'm also on Instagram and TikTok, so be sure to check that out. You can follow me on all of my socials. Check out my blog, KristiAllure.com. I have my merch site on there as well. And I just love for you to become part of this glam fam community. We have such a beautiful community. Be sure to check out that video next, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you guys. Bye.
I'm holding on, if almost gone.